Welcome back. The Cleveland International Film Festival's 49th season kicks off tonight at Playhouse Square. This year's event featuring 300 independent films from 60 different countries. We actually have a list of all the films and information. It's up on our website. Just scan the QR code that you see there at the bottom of your screen.
So in the meantime, Polk Jr. introduces us to one comedy that's not only set in Cleveland, but it's filmed completely on location here.
If you're someone whose three favorite things are the city of Cleveland, Antiques Roadshow, and distinguished actor Dennis Haysbert, your ship has finally come in. The new film, Lost and Found in Cleveland, follows a group of Clevelanders whose lives are turned upside down when a hit TV show rolls into town, offering the chance to turn forgotten relics into big paydays. I had the opportunity to sit down and speak with Keith Gerchek and Marissa Guterman, who co-created and directed the film.
I grew up in LA and I was obsessed with Antiques Roadshow growing up, like every 15-year-old. And sure. I kind of just loved these people coming in with their most personal treasures and sharing their stories with these objects. You want to know how they get there. How did this object end up in their lives?
She had this idea to write a film with the structure of Antiques Roadshow, and she didn't want to set it in LA because that was boring. So I said, I'm from Cleveland, and she laughed, and she said, that sounds funny. And I said, hey, you have not been there, so don't knock it.
The project was filmed entirely on location across Northeast Ohio, from Playhouse Square to the West Side Market, University Circle, and Slavic Village.
I instantly fell in love with Cleveland. I couldn't believe it. The buildings were just gorgeous. The architecture was from the 1890s. I was like, people in Los Angeles have no idea what Cleveland looks like. And I was like, we gotta film this now. I was energized, and honestly, I moved to Cleveland after making this film. So he did a really good sales job.
Sounds like you won her over.
I did, thank God.
Why was it personally important to you to film in your hometown?
Well, I grew up here. It was really an opportunity to come back, to employ people, and to show Cleveland through my eyes, and to change that narrative that the media in Hollywood had been pushing for 50, 60, 70 years about, oh, the burning river and all the negative connotations, that we really were able to change that narrative and have people see it in a positive light.
While the city of Cleveland is inarguably the star of the film, the cast also boasts some other big names, including Martin Sheen, June Squibb, John Lovitz, and Dennis Haysbert.
We wrote these characters, and we had each actor's voice in our mind, and we have these gorgeous performances in this film of legendary actors who came to Cleveland in January for, pennies on the dollar to what they usually make, because they believed in the message of this film, and they believed that we need a film about hope right now. Something I think we're all hungry to be able to go to the theater to see something with our family.
And what could be more fitting than to be a part of this year's Cleveland International Film Festival?
It's actually very rare that a Cleveland film is actually about Cleveland itself. And we always say that Cleveland's the protagonist in this particular film. That people in Hollywood had read the script and they said, yeah, but what's tying them all together? And we said, it's the city, and it's hope, and it's the American dream. That's what everybody has in common.
Guys, he brought up a great point at the end there, and that's that we do shoot a lot of movies here. They come in and they shoot, but then they act like it's a different city when we actually get to the theater. They pretend that it's New York or something. They come in, blow up a couple of our bridges, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and then they're done with. But this movie is about Cleveland, by Clevelanders, written for Cleveland, and it's the Cleveland International Film Festival. I think that's a pretty good sign for this film. I think they're going to do fine. And that's just one of 100 feature films that you can catch at the Cleveland International Film Festival, which kicks off tonight.
Yeah, Mike, I agree, and I love the way it was said in the piece. Cleveland is the star of the film, and I think that it might not get national appeal, but I feel almost like it's one of those things that everyone from Northeast Ohio needs to watch.
Absolutely, and this is also a great showcase because people are coming from all over the world to this thing, so They also get to see the city and see what we got going on here, and it's a great postcard for the city.
Very cool. Mike Polk, live for us from downtown Cleveland.
Thanks, Mike Polk.
Mike, thanks.
Listen, Superman knows where he was.